There's a lot of talent to look at off the waiver wire for week 2 at the running back position, especially with Isiah Pacheco going down to injury. He's going to be out for quite some time, probably most of the fantasy football season. And now we got the dilemma, Carson Steele or Samaje Perine. So that means we got to drop some unique videos on both these players. Today, we're going to deep dive Carson Steele again. We talked about him earlier in the preseason, going over him while he was going off, but we got to do it again. He's a hot topic right now. Things have changed. There's more numbers out there to gloss over, talk about, so you can get that information. Make the best decision for yourself. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now, because we're talking about these prospects every day. We're doing a lot of these deep dives. We're doing them every day. We're covering the waiver wire hot and heavy and helping you set your lines through these videos. Click that button. Stop missing out. But Carson Steele is going to see more work. How much? We don't know. I don't know. You don't know. The Chiefs probably don't know. They probably got an idea, but they don't know. But Pacheco is going to be out for a long time. And this team's got to do something at the running back position. They got to figure things out. And you're looking at Carson Steele because he has not gotten many touches this season, because Isiah Pacheco's the man and he's going to get a lot of the work until he's not. And he's not going to for a long time. So Carson Steele and Samaje Perine and whoever else comes into the fold, you got to look at. But Carson Steele is a guy everybody's talking about going back to college at Ball State 2022. 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns. Very productive, forced 96 missed tackles. We hit the transfer portal. We go to UCLA, and we're productive. 3.85 yards after contact per attempt. 3.85 on his career as well. And we're busting out long runs. We're looking good at the Power 5 level. So the fact that he said, hey, I can go from the G5 to the Power 5 and still get it done, and I know I can do it, enter the transfer portal and then go do it, is a testament. This guy's got confidence in this game, and he's up there with Bijan Robinson back in the day at Ball State when it comes to missed tackles forced. That means he's got vision, he's got power, he's got some wiggle. He can create that separation after the tackle. He's up there with some of the running backs in this year's draft class when it comes to yards after contact per attempt. Jonathan Brooks, Marshawn Lloyd, Bucky Irvin. 76.6% of his rushing yards were after contact. Most of any rookie running back on an NFL roster this year. 11 first downs on 17 receptions out of the backfield, because he's nasty after the catch. He's nasty with the ball in his hands. We saw that in preseason. Among 108 running backs with 10-plus rush attempts, one of the best in preseason, one of the most efficient. 7.9 yards per carry, third among running backs. 7.4 yards after contact per carry, first among running backs. 0.82 missed tackles forced per carry, first among running backs. 27.2 explosive run rate, first among running backs. 86.1 PFF rushing grade, third among running backs. This is becoming a big-time trend. He was looking good in preseason, getting opportunities. He was rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, and he was an undrafted free agent, had to claw his way up the roster, and the Chiefs said, hey, we have to get this guy on the 53. He's looking good. Usually, guys like this, they have no sunk cost invested in them by the team, and they can throw them away and drop them, and they don't have to think twice about it. Carson Steele was undeniable all training camp long, all preseason long, and earned his roster spot, and is an underdog that everybody has to root for. He's got some comparisons to Mike Allstott, but the NFL Network might be jumping the shark here considering 240 versus 228, but there are some comparisons when it comes to power, when it comes to the agility with his size. He is very aggressive at contact. He creates a lot of missed tackles. He's very efficient with good vision. And looking at this depth chart, Isiah Pacheco out. Samaje Perine versus Carson Steele right now. That is the battle. That is what everybody's talking about when it comes to the waiver wire. And let me know which one you're going after. Samaje Perine, that veteran, who's good, who's dependable, good in the passing game, good at pass blocking. Carson Steele, that young up-and-coming running back that did not get drafted, who's flashing in preseason, who's good in the open field due to his power, his vision, his fortitude. Which one you going to pick? Also, jumping into the chat here is Kareem Hunt's. Kareem Hunt is getting a visit with the Chiefs. That's going to be interesting to see. But if you're worried about Kareem Hunt or you're excited about Kareem Hunt, remember, his efficiency metrics were piss poor last year with the Cleveland Browns. So the Chiefs could buoy production out of him or use him in a committee like he was last year. Or he could be a guy that you can use in spot starts if the other running backs get hurt. But don't get too carried away with Kareem Hunt. But Samaje Perine, on the other hand, very dependable between the tackles, very good catching the ball in the backfield, very good in pass protection. He's a safe bet. He is the safe play. I look for this team to use both running backs, like a little bit of a committee here, and both of them are going to get touches. Who's going to score the touchdowns? Who's going to get those goal line looks? This offense is so explosive, they can use both running backs and make them both fantasy relevant. I really want both of them, and I don't care to put a chip on either one of them. If I'm in 2 leagues, and if I can get one in one league and one in the other, that is really what I would love to do. That would be my ultimate play there. But Samaje Perine, he is a good fit for this team. His experience and his ability to get work in the passing game makes him a little bit safer in fantasy. But Carson Steele is a player that's emerging, looking good, showing that upside in preseason. Kind of like a Keaton Mitchell last year. Maybe the Mike Allstott version to the work done of Keaton Mitchell. Maybe that's something we're looking at. You're not interested. You don't want this headache. You're good at running back. You're moving on from this. That's why you don't need him. But you need that YOLO stash running back. You want that running back off the Chiefs. You want to go YOLO. You're going to shoot for that upside on Carson Steele to see if that magic still happens. You're rooting for the underdog. Carson Steele is that underdog. He's that Cinderella story that we're looking at in the offseason that we're rooting for. And we root for these guys through training camp, through preseason, for this moment right now. And maybe that's the reason why you choose Carson Steele over Perine. And that makes sense to me. Go ahead, because we don't really know for sure what's going to happen here. But Perine is a little bit safer due to him being a veteran, due to him having experience, and due to his role in the passing game. Carson Steele, though, he's flashing that upside. The numbers are saying, hey, there's some upside there. But I like them both. I want to take gambles on both. And that's really what I'm going to do, and I'm going to cut you straight on that. But let me know what you're doing in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.